All right, so for today's lesson, we're going to look at our last portion of graphing. We are going to look at word problems with graphing, but part 3, graphing equations, intercepts, and special cases. So this is still SO A.6c, graphing linear equations in 2 variables. Learning target, I can graph a linear equation in 2 variables, including those that arise from a variety of practical situations. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is graphing intercepts. All right. Change my pen color. All right. So remember I mentioned that the portion of in the previous video with standard form, there's also a special way to do it. So in x-intercept, the point in which the graph of a function intersects the x-axis and may be given a single value or has a location of a point x and 0. So there is a value for x and the y value is 0. And a y-intercept is the point at which the graph of the function intercepts the y-axis and may be given a single value as b or as the location of a point. So with the y-intercept, your x value is 0, and there's a value for your y. All right, so when graphing linear equations, it is helpful to get all the linear equations in slope-intercept form, but there's another technique, graphing intercepts, all right? So the equation must be in standard form. And in the box, I'm going to write standard form ax plus by equals c. All right. Cover up the y term and solve for x. This is called the x-intercept. Cover up the x term and solve for y, and this is called the y-intercept. All right. So we call this the thumb method. All right. And the reason why we call it the thumb method is to graph your intercept, you cover up your x term, which would be your ax term, with your thumb and solve for y. And then conversely, to solve for your x-intercept, you cover up your by with your thumb and solve for x. So let's take a look at some examples here. All right. So if I want to solve for my x-intercept, I'm going to simply cover up my y. So since you really can't see me using the thumb method, I'm just going to color it out. So to solve for my x, I'm going to just simply cover up my y, and my x is going to be 4. My x-intercept, all right? To solve for my y-intercept, I'm simply just going to cover up x and solve for y. So I have 2y is equal to 4x. Divide both sides by 2, and y is equal to 2. So my y-intercept is 2. So my x-intercept, oops, of course I plotted it completely wrong. So my x-intercept is 4, my y-intercept is 2, and I can simply connect my points. I can also find my slope to determine exact points over there, but that is a simple way to graph using intercepts. This works sometimes, not all the time, with standard form because sometimes you get some weird fractions going on. All right, so for number 2, we're going to do the exact same thing. So to solve for my x-intercept, I'm going to cover up my y, and that gives me 5. To solve for my x-intercept, my y-intercept, I'm going to cover up x. So I have negative y is equal to 5. Divide both sides by negative 1. Y is equal to negative 5. So my x-intercept is 5. My y-intercept is negative 5. And I just simply plot my points. All right. Now, in addition, part 3, special cases, we have horizontal and vertical lines. All right. So a vertical line is written in the form x equals a, where a represents the line's x-intercept. So in this case, we would have x is equal to 3 because it intercepts the x-axis at 3. With horizontal lines, there's the equation y equals, where a is represents the line's y-intercept. So here we can see there's a y-intercept at 1. So y is equal to 1. All right. So here we go. We have y is equal to negative 4. So I know I have a y-intercept. intercepts at -4. So I have a horizontal line at -4. Not a straight line, but a horizontal line. For number 2, I have x equals 2. So I know I have an x-intercept at +2. And I have a vertical line at x equals 2. All right. Same here for number 3. I have x equals -3. So I have an x-intercept at 3. And I have a vertical line at 3. Excuse me, at -3. And for y equals 1, that is a y-intercept at 1. So I have a horizontal line at 1. All right. So now it's time to summarize what you've learned from today's lesson.